Previously.
And see what happens. Oh, dude, that instantly looks so much better. So, Wayne Tower, let's begin with this wall over here. And inside of these, we'll put some glass for windows. Now, once again, copying that over. Final little block, and there you go, the logo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode of Building Benji's Movie Park. Today, we're gonna build Arkham Asylum. Right over here, I reserved a beautiful spot for it. And by the time we're finished with that, I'll just see what we continue with, because actually, I have no idea. Maybe some of these buildings over here, I don't know, so we'll see. By the way, the interior of Wayne Tower also has to be done, so, well, let's get straight into it. So I won't lie, I didn't actually have a clear idea for Arkham Asylum, but then I thought of something. There is a new launched freefall model that I never used before. And I guess I won't, because it's not... there you go. What if we add this in the center of Arkham Asylum? And the idea then is escaping Arkham Asylum. Let's go and see if that works. We'll place it down over here. For now, I'll just make it gray because I actually have no idea what this will look like in the end. I mean, I don't even know what character it's going to be based on. But well, around this, we're now going to have to build Arkham Asylum. First, let's just do some basic walls. And I already know the entrance will be somewhere here. Then in these walls, I'll have to put like small windows, prison windows. I'm just not really sure about the texture yet. It's a bit too bland, maybe? All I know for sure is we need a bunch of metal bars. It simply wouldn't be a true psych ward without them. Then simply copying that over again. On the second level, we need a bit of a tower kind of thing, because that's basically gonna be the second level you walk on. Then in the roof of that, we're gonna have to make a hole of about this size so it can still fit through. Actually, let me just do the planning first and then I'll be right back with you with the fun stuff. Okay, so that actually took a second, but I do have an idea now. This is the entrance. You walk over here at a little stairs, then all the way around whatever is gonna be in this room. Then the next room, this is where you somehow go up and you end up at the entrance of the ride. Then you go out on this side where there'll be like a staircase down. So yes, that is the basic premise. And for once, shall we start with the interior? Yeah, this time, I'm not kidding though, this time we actually cannot make it too insane. Because while I've been adding interior to every single building so far, it's just not a good idea. I did check, by the way, we're now at about 1 MB out of 4.25. So, not great. Not terrible. Honestly, I'll just see what happens. These are going to be prison cells, which at the end I'll just copy over to the left. Here you go. Simple as that. And then the last one here, this will be broken. And the story behind this ride could then be that a bunch of villains together tried an escape from Arkham Asylum. Because look, you're going here, but then all of the walls in between, like this one, are also broken into. We're just gonna have to make cracked holes over here that lead all the way towards this, where they all went together to escape. It's just one big collaboration escape, I guess. Look, just like that. Guys, this has so much potential. Here, even adding some second layers. And once again, we can copy that over. And to make sure they're not all identical, we can just flip some of them around. Then to finish this off just a little bit better, some ceiling lights as well. Just adding one across multiple cells. Like that. And to make it look like this only just happened, some smoke as well. Just a little finishing touch. And like I talked about before, over here we're gonna need a staircase. So very simply the same way I've been doing it all this time here. And I think this is where we should stop with the detail, because it looks nice enough. It's a cute little... well, not cute. It's just a little bit of cute with not too crazy details, but it still looks nice. So, well, then this. Let's do something slightly different over here. Maybe some wooden elements. Leaning slightly more into the more classical versions of Arkham Asylum. The less modern ones, perchance. You cannot just say perchance. And then over here, this is where you enter the last room, well, semi-last room, where there's gonna be a spiral staircase. One immensely important thing, though, I almost forgot, some kettle pens. Can't forget, this is still a theme park queue. This is where we'll place down the giant spiral staircase. Once again, gonna align this perfectly, all to make sure that we can rotate it like this. It's a little bit steep, but I don't think it's too bad. It's not nearly as steep as I used to make them. Besides, these steps are very deep, so it should be fine. I like how I always pretend like people are gonna walk on these. They're not. So anyway, then you're up here. Let's go and copy the kettle pens. There you go. So we go blah, 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 blah. And then there is the ride. Most of the queue interior might now look nice, but the exterior still looks like a wet fart. Let's get to work. First of all, I want this entrance to have arches. Let's have a look. Here you go. Kind of like this, where there's 2 doorways, maybe some extra edges towards the bottom of the whole building. And then up here, let's begin building the first tower design, kind of, because we definitely need those. For example, right over here seems like a decent spot. I'm gonna build it right here, though, so I have a clear view of what I'm doing. This is gonna need some nice curves. And once again, this is going to be a little bit more gothic in style, because, well, many versions of Arkham Asylum simply look like that. As for the coloring, I'm not entirely sure yet, but for now I'll try this. A bit more bluish for a change. Some tiny little towers on the corners also often looks nice. Some corner pieces on the bottom to support that. I'm not gonna lie, this is starting to look pretty nice. This does, however, desperately need some windows. And for those as well, the arch shape really nice. Well, I don't think that's looking too bad. Let's try it out on this building. I'm just not sure which angle is the best. Maybe this is better. I'm thinking we just put it here, see what that looks like. Quite cool, actually. And then maybe also one right here that actually fits really nicely into Wayne Manor. Then over here, what I'd like to try as well is adding roofs in kind of this shape, just along the entire side. It's gonna be quite tricky to make this connect perfectly, though, but that won't stop me from trying. All of that has to be the same roof tiles texture. Beautiful. For my reference, by the way, I'm using all sorts of images, honestly, from various versions as well. But to be fair, the fun part about this whole Gotham thing is that it's also free. Because there are so many versions, you can just kind of make your own version, like a hybrid mix of everything. Putting some more windows on the sides here to fill it up nicely. And there, that's already a lot better. Then over here, I'll basically just do this, except in this style, because that could definitely be a very nice little finishing touch. I mean, it's kind of just the same thing we did earlier, bit of a different shape. That whole thing we can, of course, reuse as well. Even those we can connect with roofs. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is definitely giving Arkham Asylum. Now that entire style I need to put all over this building, which is all repetitive stuff, so I'll do that quickly and be right back. I'm actually, quite, thirsty. That's bloody nice. Well, this is all looking pretty nice. On this side, I just copied a bunch of these towers and put them around this center building, inside of which, of course, is now just the spiral staircase. So it's all looking a little bit cleaner. Now, first, most important thing is this. Like I explained, this has to be a destroyed roof because the villains that escaped blasted through it with whatever device this is supposed to be. So, well, it's a bit repetitive, but once again, I'm gonna make a hole. I do love how nearly every ride so far has an actual story to it, which of course will be fully realized in the final POV versions. That of course includes onboard audio as well, like Benesut's tomb. This is already starting to look like something. And again, a second layer. Oh, and that top I think should be a bit darker, maybe like this. And since this is an actual building, let's add some rebar just inside of it, sticking out a little bit like that. This always makes it look so much better. Same thing I did with the Walking Dead ride. That's definitely a lot more convincing now. Do you reckon this needs some smoke? Look, we can just put a smoke emitter right underneath the ride like that. And the smoke has to be kind of concrete colored, like so. That's pretty cool. So you just launch from the smoke. Then for this one as well, I'll go and grab some of this rubble and just add that to the edges like this to make it even more convincing. And then we need to fix this because this is very bland and boring. For this one, I'll just build the operator stall around these ugly entrances. Once again, a pretty simple design. I will, however, implement some prison elements to make it at least a little bit custom, because otherwise it is hella boring. There you go. Also gonna make a little fence around it for some extra detail in a perfect circle. Very satisfying. Adding the entrance right over here, and as you probably expected, a little exit sign just over there. And this lovely chap will let you in. Beautiful. The finishing touch is definitely some rubble inside of this too. There you go. As for the color of the ride itself, I actually don't really know, especially since it's a collaboration of a bunch of different villains. What would you color it then? Well, if you have ideas, let me know down below. Then we shall add that in future episodes. First, now we do need a staircase down here. I can try this, but I think maybe it's a bit too simple. I won't lie though, it does look really satisfying and it fits the building. Let's just kind of see what happens if I do something like this, just on either side. I mean, say what you want. It looks fine, actually. However, you do need something to hold on to at the very least. So just like this, let's provide that. Then we copy it over and voila. Gorgeous. Few exit signs on them to make sure people don't go there. Beautiful. Then I want to say it's pretty... No, it's not. Wait a minute. This desperately needs some lanterns, not even for light, but just for aesthetics. However, we also still have these. Let's grab those. Definitely looks a little bit better, wouldn't you say? Here, just a few on all of these towers. Definitely adds some life to it, but also the entrance. What is this? You cannot make Arkham Asylum and not add the iconic fence. That is definitely gonna be tricky, however, because it has an arch, and in the arch are the letters. See you in about 10 years once I finished typing out Arkham Asylum. Like this.
Eventually.
It took me a second. But ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's not super clean, but it's fine. I'm just gonna add the top and bottom like so. And then, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Let's see if it still fits. I mean, obviously it still fits. Here you go. That looks really cool, actually. Wow. We just have to make the actual fence design and we're good. This actually looks really good. Check that out. And then by using this axis, we can open them up like this. If this isn't satisfying, I genuinely, I don't know what is. Like, I'll put some pointy thingies on either side of these poles, and that really does it. Look at that. Then we need some little walls around this, I guess. Nothing super fancy though, just nice and simple. Definitely do want to make sure they have those pointy thingies once again. And finally, some of that stuff. The only thing is, because I don't know what the actual name is going to be, I don't really know what to do for the entrance yet. So if you have ideas, let me know down below in the comments and we can do it in future episodes. For today then, however, I think that is plenty. I wasn't in fact planning to build the entire interior as well, which we did. So, well, I'm quite happy with the progress of today. Yeah. Gotham as a whole is definitely starting to get some shape, some different vibes together. I like it. But yeah, then for today, that's definitely it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video. Then I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Benji's Movie Park.